Taste is key and that's how we communicate. Best nourishment in every school. Baba, taste it, Baba. Share the love we all together. I love my Baba. Baba, taste it, Baba. Nourishing, Baba. Scoop it, Baba. Taste it, Baba. Nourishing taste in every school. I love my Baba. Baba, taste it, Baba. Nourishing, Baba. Scoop it,
Bama, best scoop of tasty nourishment.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. My name is Mukhtar Malanyero and I'm indigene of Zaria local government of Kaduna State. And I'm from Kaura, Angwan Kaura in Zaria. I was born in 1968 to the family of Lahajira Malanyero, Dallatun Zazzau, and my mother's name is Fatima. I started my primary education in the same Kaura. As a normal thing in Zaria at then, everybody started by going to Quranic schools. And then with my Western education, I started with early primary school Kaura, which His Royal Highness the Emir of Zazzau, Dr. Shehu Idris, was the first headmaster of that primary school. And I left in 1979 to 1980 and went to government secondary school Ikara, in Ikara local government of Kaduna State. We were the first set of that school, as we don't have seniors, and I have been a class prefect or a house prefect right from Form 1 up to Form 5. Even in the primary school, I was the class captain or the class monitor right from class 1 up to class 6. And then eventually I became the school timekeeper. So in 1985, I left government secondary school Ikara and then went to Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, where I studied diploma in banking from 1986 to 1988. And then from 1989 to 1991, I studied BSc accounting in the same Ahmadu Bello University. And later also my MBA, Masters in Business Administration, in the same institution. I also went to Nigerian College of Accountancy, Jos, where I did my ANA, that is Association of National Accountants of Nigeria. So right now I'm a fellow in that institute, and that is my profession. I started my working career with Ahmadu Bello University after my NYSC in Ogun State. In 1991-92, I did my NYSC in Ogun State. And then in 1992, I started my working career with Ahmadu Bello University Bursary Department. Then after 10 months, I moved to Nigerian Universal Bank. And then I was there up to 1997 when I joined Dallatun Nigeria Limited as chief accountant. Then from 1997 up to 2007, I was in Dallatun Nigeria Limited and rose from the chief accountant up to the director, finance and admin. So I left Dallatun in 2007 and joined the service of Kaduna State Government as the Commissioner of Finance. Then in 2010, I became the Deputy Governor, and then in 2012, I became the Governor after the demise of Sir Patrick Yakowa. I am a member of so many professional bodies. I'm a fellow in so many professional bodies. And then I was to abandon Dallatun Zazzau in 2014, precisely 19th April 2014, when I was the Governor of the state.
Your Excellency, you celebrated your 51st birthday anniversary recently. What is the secret behind the dynamic changes you found yourself within the cycle of these years of over 5 decades?
Well, you know, life is so simple, so difficult. You can say so simple, so difficult, but it's highly interesting. And it depends on how you look at yourself and how you conduct yourself. In these 51 years of my existence in this world, I can say right from birth up to the time that one finishes secondary school, one can say that he is still under the guidance, the care, and also everything of his parents. But by the time you join the higher institutions, then you are now beginning to feel a sense of owning yourself to the extent that you have more freedom than before, and then it's left for you whether to pursue your future brightly or you neglect it and then you regret it. So I'm happy that with the kind of training I got from my parents, which alhamdulillah I'm grateful to them, I was able to pursue my future. And then after after finishing my school, the first thing is that I did not spend up to 2 months after graduating, after my NYSC, and then I got a job. And since the time I got a job in 1992, I'm moving from one point to the other. And that is the interesting part of it. But the most interesting part of my life, the changes that I have seen, is in 2006. In 2006, I was the Director, Finance and Admin of Dallatun Nigeria Limited. And then when Akitanama December decided to contest the governor of Kaduna State, and that was the time that we came into full politics. So I was the only person that Akitanama picked from his organization to assist him in the political scene. I have never thought of becoming anything if we win the election. But after winning the election, then I find myself being a member of the Kaduna State Executive Council. And then being a member and then having a sensitive position like Commissioner of Finance. So that gave me the insight that of knowing I know a lot about Kaduna State. And I think that's what also, when Akitanamade became the Vice President and Tiako became the Governor, so he decided to pick me to be his deputy because of the enormous knowledge that I have at that time, and also the respect that we have for each other. So the transformation I had from 2007 to 2015 or to 2012, 3 years as Commissioner of Finance, 2.5 years as Deputy Governor, and then 2.5 years as Governor. I don't think there is anybody in Kaduna State has had that opportunity. We can say that yes, later Akua had similar opportunity. After finishing all his, after retiring, he became the Secretary to the government of the state. He became Deputy Governor for 2 governors and then became Governor. But if you look at it, still there are intervals. There are changes from one person to the other. But my own, within a period of 8 years, which I was thinking that I'm going to serve as Commissioner maybe for 4 years, and maybe I may not be able to get another 4 years, but I was able to get within 8 years to serve in different positions and capacity as Commissioner, one of the most important commissioners in Nigeria, in the state, and then Deputy Governor and then Governor. I think these are some of the changes that I have seen in my life. And if you look at it politically, when I joined the service of Kaduna State, I wasn't looking at myself as a politician. I look at myself as a technocrat who has just come to serve the government and leave. Then eventually I became the Deputy Governor. Still, I was a bit reluctant. By the time I became the Governor, I have to accept to be a full politician, because that's what God has chosen for me, and I have to embrace it, and I have to see what I can do about it. So I'm happy these are some of the challenges and the changes. And then also to be in service, then to contest an election, to lose an election, that one too is another issue. That is all part of the changes. And then also to contest again, and then not even getting the ticket of your party because of certain issues. But all these things are done by the grace of God. by Allah's knowledge, by Allah's wisdom, by Allah's acceptance and approval.
Your Excellency, how do you manage to govern a cosmopolitan state that is considered to be a small Nigeria?
Well, leadership is part of the attribute of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And He gives whoever He wishes at the time that He wishes. And if you become a leader, the first thing that you should do is to seek Allah's help. With Allah by your side, everything will be alright. So I think one of the secrets is that I rested my case, submitted myself, total submission to Allah, and then seek for His help, for His guidance, and that is why we are able to succeed.
Shortly after succeeding your predecessor in 2010, you become more popular and champion of Kaduna State people, to the extent that masses used to block your convoy for them to identify with you and also to show their allegiance. What is the secret behind that?
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the secret.
Your Excellency, you become giants of the stride among your peers, attracted many politically. What was the secret?
Well, all these things is attributed to God Almighty Allah, because there is no way you can earn all these things if Allah is not by your side. There is no amount of money that you give to get what you have gotten, what I have gotten, and then there is no amount of whatever you think of is. So everything is designed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We are only followers.
What was your challenges then as the Deputy Governor of Kaduna State?
Well, if I had not been a Commissioner for Finance, maybe I wouldn't understand what the Deputy Governor is all about. Deputy Governor is a position where you have to be extremely patient. If you are not a patient person, there is no way you can succeed as a Deputy Governor, because it's a position that you does not have a schedule. You don't have anything to do. It's what your governor directs you to do is what you are going to do. If you ask you to sit here, you will sit there. If you ask you to go, you will go. So if you are not patient, you will not be able to succeed as a Deputy Governor. So the challenge is that I came out, I was the Commissioner for Finance, where everything around the government is centered around me. And now I find myself in a position where I'm totally neglected. Yes. Nobody wants to talk to you. Nobody wants to listen to you. Nobody wants to listen to you. So it's not an easy issue. And interestingly, I know one High Commissioner, a Canadian High Commissioner from Canada. His office was in Lagos, the High Commission in Lagos. When I was Commissioner of Finance, we were coordinating Canadian loan with some banks. So we used to meet in his office and then do all the meetings and whatever. So later he was transferred back to Canada. So I was in Canada when I became Deputy Governor, I was in Canada for wall mining because I'm a member of the wall mining organization. So we're there for international conference. So we met. The first thing when we met, he hugged me and said, Mr. Yero, I learned that you are now the Deputy Governor of Kaduna. I said, yes. He just said, what a demotion. So I was surprised. Why should this man say what a demotion? Thinking that, he said, no, it's a demotion because Deputy Governor does not have schedule. You don't have anything. You cannot do anything. But as a Commissioner of Finance, everybody is centered around you. So to me, it's a demotion. So that's what the man said. And then I started looking at it. It's not a demotion per se, but in terms of schedule, that you don't have a schedule, you cannot do anything. People will think that, yes, you have a convoy, you have security, you are being called an excellency, and everybody think that, yes, you can do. So to me, the challenge of Deputy Governor's office is a challenge that your enemies will not like you, because they will always criticize you for not doing this and that. And then even your lovers will start to criticize you for not helping them. Really? But there is no way you can do anything for them.
Exactly. What was your experiences as the state deputy governor as well as the governor?
Well, I think I have said something about deputy governor. Yes. Because it's all part of the experience. Your
experiences as the state governor, the first citizen of the state.
Well, the experience is, you see, it wasn't difficult for me to fit into the office of the governor because I have a lot of knowledge about the government when I was finance commissioner and also seeing the dejection when I was deputy governor. So the only thing is that when I was deputy governor, a lot of people that you are working with doesn't like you, doesn't want to talk to you. They always undermine you, and they are not treating you nice. But now I became the governor, so all these people now wants to have favor, wants to respect you, wants to. So this is a very big experience.
Exactly.
Transiting from a situation where you are a non-entity to a transition to where you are now the alpha and omega, and everybody wants to talk to you, everybody wants your favor, everybody wants you to do this and that for him. So that one is a big experience.
You became a royal title holder of the Dallatun Zazzau and member of Zazzau Emirate Council. How do you assume that position? Did you look for it?
Well, actually, I didn't look for the title of Dallatun because at that time, when I was the governor, the late Dallatun Muhammad Hayatuddin, we are from the same area, and when he died, some people approached me. I don't want to make any name. I don't want to mention anybody's name.
Exactly.
But some people approached me that why shouldn't I go and seek for it? I said no. I don't want. Allow me to deal with what I'm doing now. But as time goes on, and then people started saying that. In fact, people did the talking on my behalf. I didn't do it. The relationship with the Emir of Zazzau is very cordial. If I want, I can directly talk to him. But I did not talk to him. I did not talk to anybody that I'm interested. And then, even at the time that this thing was accepted, that I should be the Dallatun of Zazzau. So even the people that wanted me to be, they have to use the medium that there is no way I can say no. So I don't want to say who and who, but it's a medium that there is no way I can say no. So the people that came to talk to me are people of high regard, high esteem. There is nothing that they will say they want from me that I will say no. So when they came and said, this is the situation, I said, anything they want me to do, I will do it for them. So that's how I become the Dallatun.
As a professional politician, how do you find yourself within the cycle of Zazzau royalty?
Let me correct you.
Okay.
To me, I'm not a professional politician.
Okay,
Because, wait now,
Okay.
because I don't regard politics as a profession. To me,
agreed.
I don't regard it as a profession.
Yes,
Me, I'm a professional accountant. So not a professional politician. But you can say that I'm a politician. I happen to be a politician. I can say by accident. I can say by the will of God, because I don't have any political ambition. I don't have interest in politics. All I want is just to practice my profession and move on. But I happen to find myself from Commissioner of Finance to Deputy Governor and to Governor. So there is no way I will not play politics. So now I'm doing politics. I look at politics as a hobby. And you play your game. When your time is off, then you leave the scene. You can leave the scene permanently. You can leave the scene temporarily.
Really?
So to me, it's not a profession, but we are trying to see that we encourage people to be part of this politics, so that, because it's all about aspiring for leadership in today's context. So if you're going to be a leader for the people, you have to be part of the political whatever.
Exactly. Yes. Is there any link between this royal cycle and political arena in your own view?
Well, they always say that the royalty should not play politics. I disagree with that totally.
Really?
Totally disagree with it, because politics is about people.
Exactly.
Royalty is about people.
Exactly.
So if you are a royal person, you are an emir, you work for the people. And even the politicians, in one way or the other, they are under you. They are your subjects. So there is no way that you will not have feeling. The only thing is that you are a father, and then you should play in such a way that you bless everybody, and then you encourage your people to choose the best person that will lead them. Not any kind of person that will be a leader. A lot of people aspire to be leaders, but it's not everybody that will be a good leader. So the royalty should be able to identify who are the people, what are their contribution, what are their relationship with the people, how are they interacting with them, how are they assisting them, how are they supporting them, how are they respecting people. But sometimes when you say that royalty should not be part of politics or politicians or whatever, and that is why the royalty now is suffering from the politicians. So if they don't become, and then if you look at it in the first republic, in the post-republic, during the Sardaunas and Co. Sardauna, he was the Sardauna of Sokoto. And then look at how he was aspiring to be the Sultan of Sokoto. He ended up becoming the premier.
Exactly.
So even the late Emir of Kano Sunusi was part of it. Everybody, even in Zazzau, the Turaki Ali is part of it. The late Magajengari is part of it. Turaki Amenity Jani, and so many other people, they are all part of it. So I don't see reason why that the royalty or people from the royal family or people from the traditional institution should not be part and parcel of the political terrain, and then play the game and ensure that yes, their interests are being protected. Now that they are not there, and that is why their interests are not being protected. So if they continue in this manner, one day everybody will be surprised what the politician will be doing to them. It has already started.
Really? What motivated you to aspire to become the flag bearer of your political party during the just concluded 2019 election?
Well, what motivated me? Initially, I had no intention of contesting in 2019 because it is not easy for you while you are on seat to contest and lose election. The whole blame, both from your political party, from those people that were in government, despite all the roles that everybody has played, everybody will downplay his own part and look at your own and accuse you and abuse you, or accuse you that you are the cause of the failure. So I suffered that, and I said, okay, I will allow people to learn, and I will allow things to move. So I wasn't expecting that I will be part of the political scene sooner than what happened in 2019. But when I was accused of money laundering by the EFCC on the presidential election funds of 2015, which I don't want to talk about it since it is in a court, and then I just don't want to say so much about it, but as a result of taking me or taking us to prison, which at that time there was an opportunity for us to be given bail and whatever, but for certain reasons we were taken to prison for 6 days. And then what happened in the prison, right from the morning up to evening, the kind of people that go to that prison trying to see the opportunity of meeting us made me feel that yes, people have really sympathized with us. And then on the day that we are going to be, or we are giving bail, the kind of crowd, it was in fasting period, the kind of crowd, people were there right from Subi up to the time that we went to the court. We saw so many people, and then the crowd was so fantastic. Still people follow us to the prison up to the time that we were released from the prison to our houses. Still people went there. So I said, okay, if one of the reasons why we are being charged and being accused of whatever is just for political reason, people doesn't want you to come and contest, and then the people that you are going to govern are interested in you, so why shouldn't I try? So I came out not because of myself, not that because I left something that I want to go and pick in government house, not because I'm interested in anything, but I'm interested in what the people are interested in.
Do you have any plan to recontest in 2023?
Well, we leave that to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because number one, you have to even pray to reach 2023.
Exactly. For how long are you with Zazzau Emirate now?
Well, as I said, I was Taban in 2014. So from 2014, that's about 5 years now.
How do you see your relationship between you and His Highness the Emir of Zazzau when you were the state governor and now?
Well, my relationship with the Emir of Zazzau was there even before I became the governor. I have a very, very cordial relationship with the Emir of Zazzau because the Emir of Zazzau has a very cordial relationship with my father. And I also enjoy that. And I also know that the Emir of Zazzau has a very good relationship with Akitandama Disambo, whom I was working with at that time. And also, I also enjoy that relationship because, because I'm always in between. So, even when I became the governor, the relationship continued. Even when I was deputy governor, relationship continued. When I was the governor, relationship continued. So, it's the normal relationship of a father and his son. That is the way I look at it.
Your Excellency, Eminence Royalty International Magazine is grateful to you for granting this exclusive interview to us despite your tight schedules.
Thank you very much, and I wish you success in your magazine. And then we'll try to see how we can support you. Our doors are open, and then we'll patronize you.